Slide these right on in here. Count them, 30-pack boxes of Final Fantasy Play Boosters. What do you think you were going to get, boys? Apparently you can get some actual, like, really decent stuff in here. You can't get any of the golden or neon chocobos, from what I understand. Yeah, real life gotcha. Real life. IRL. As far as I know, we can't get any of the super duper chase stuff, but you can get full arts, and you can get special guest, I think it's called, where they're like from a different type of set, but it's still Final Fantasy. We shall start.
Stop doing slots.
But
slots can ruin your life.
But
you're literally playing slots right now, and you need to stop.
I'm not. This is, you get something from this. You actually get something from this. Like cards. Want to just slip that right in there. Yeah, buddy. Get this to stay locked. Okay. We'll put that over the side so we don't cut ourselves. God knows we would. Opening booster packs. You gotta let... Oh, I forgot my trash can. Stand by. Ding. Excuse me. At least you don't hear all the creaky noises from, like, my chair and whatnot. Okay, trash can acquired. No, there are signed cards, too? There are signed cards? Signed by who? The artists? You get sadness and disappointment sometimes? Sometimes. Let's we by the way, I'd like to reflect. Very cute. Very interesting picture. This is not actually the original, and it's actually in lower quality than it looks like on here. I'm glad the camera makes it a little bit better. Because, yeah, this picture was not commissioned for a playmat. I had to order this from the land of the land of making things to order. Anywho, I know, it's really pretty. This card is called Farewell from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. I like this picture better than the anime version. I think this is a really powerful looking picture. So, let's hope it brings us a little bit of luck, shall we? I swear I know how to open these things. Totally do. Let's set this up the way it's supposed to be. Look at that. Look at everybody looking all smooth and cool. Wow, this is actually, like, hardcore. Final Fantasy Draft Archetypes. And scan here to discover the coolest cards. The coolest cards, guys. Just set that up in the back. Keyboard. Alrighty. Okay, I turned off facial recognition, so hopefully that's better. I don't know. Alright. 14 cards, so they're already robbing you of one. Only Y'shtola matters on the picture, right? Some people like their wow, these are kind of hardcore to open. Robot Warrior. Is that a little too bright? Where's that coming from? Is that coming from over there? It's coming from everywhere. All right. Let me set up my projector here. How does one do that? Do I have to get out of... Yep. Great. Output projector. There we go. There. Blazing... Oh. My mouse is in the way. Everything's in the way. Blazing Bomb, you got this one? Nice. Fight On. Like, I think I have these two as well. Turn up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Nice. Gyashul? Gyashul? Gisal. I'm going to take, like, all night trying to read that. Never mind. Let's just, This is one of the cards in my Chocobo deck. Magic Damper. Pretty badass looking. You're gonna wish you hadn't. Griashi? There is no R. And that is an L. So, at least that's how it's spelled in 14. Oh, okay. Cloudbound Moogle. Look at that guy. Flying when this creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Nice. For 5 drop, though? Syncopate. Classic magic spell. I think I have one of these lights a little too bright right there. I think that'll do. Vincent's Limit Break. You can choose the Galleon Beast, the Death Gigas, or the Hell Masker. If only we got to see which Final Fantasy game these are from. Well, bombs are from every Final Fantasy game. Fight On, that is Aerith and Yuffie, so that is Final Fantasy VII. I don't know where the greens came from initially. Maybe... Oh. Final Fantasy 11. Right there. Yeah. It lists the Final Fantasies right there. So Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, right? I didn't notice that either. Final Fantasy 11. Final Fantasy 8 is where Magic Damper came from. Or at least the picture. Final Fantasy 14, Cloudbound Moogle. Syncopate. Oh yeah, that's what's his name's dad. So that's Final Fantasy 10. This is Final Fantasy 7. Vincent. These tiered cards are kind of interesting. Summon Shiva from Final Fantasy X. Diamond Dust. Yeah, that's all of her classic moves. Saz's Chocobo from Final Fantasy 13. Aw, look at that little guy. I want a Chocobo that fits in my hand. Oh, that was uncommon. That was uncommon. That was uncommon. Was that uncommon? No, these are commons. Put those right there. Summon Shiva uncommon, touch Chocobo, and then summon Primal Garuda from Final Fantasy 14. No, Twitch, I don't want your credit cards. Should I wait? Should I wait? Is it ad time? I totally forgot to check. What can I click? Ah, there we go. Oh yeah, there are ads in progress. Why don't we pause? Pause for the ads. Do 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 do. Yeah, look at that little guy. He's so cute. I got so many lights going on here. That better? I think that's from, is that this one? Ah, there we go. So that one wasn't the problem at all. Let's just put that down right there. So my sweaty flanges don't corrupt the cards. Don't want to corrupt them. I forgot to check to see if there was going to be an ad soon. It's okay, we'll fix it in post. Oh, you're back. Excelente. Okay, so as you saw, for the uncommons, we got Miss Shiva. We got Sash's Chocobo. We got Primal Garuda. And for our... Oh, another uncommon. X-Death, the Void Warlock. I think I have this guy. Gain 3 life at the beginning of your end step if there are 6 or more permanent cards in your graveyard. Oh, yeah. I turned this guy into a doll right when somebody was about to, right when he was about to proc into Neo X-Death, and instead he just stood there, doing absolutely nothing. So 4 uncommons. And we've got Genova, Ancient Calamity is our first rare. We do have a shiny underneath. I don't know if it's a shiny in every pack or what, but I know like the slots are kind of strange. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to Genova's power on up to one other target creature. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. You lost to that card today. Whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, you draw cards equal to its power. Nice. And our shiny is a shiny Chocobo Kick. I heard that somebody died to their own Chocobo Kick. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. If this spell was kicked, the creature you control deals twice that much damage instead. Now, I'm assuming that somebody did this, and then it got redirected right back in their face. And I guess it hit him for like 64 damage. Tragic. Shinies up there. Ah, look at that. Plains from Final Fantasy 15. That was such a weird game, but cool at the same time. And we got ourselves a hero token. Oh, the Chocobo Kick was from Final Fantasy 4. Oh, yeah. That was like a power you could do. Hoist by their own petard, exactly. That was only one pack, and that took us a few minutes, but we did have ads in between, so. Not that I'm in a hurry or anything. The Marlboro. Is this trying to say something about smoking? Because it's working. Is that what you're going to turn into, or is that just where cigarettes come from? It's a question for the ages. Final Fantasy 15. More like bad breath. The Bard's Bow from Final Fantasy 14. These job select cards are kind of interesting. I kind of want to make a job deck. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum from Final Fantasy X. That is a cute picture. Or rather, like, really well done. You are not alone. Apparently, this card in its, like, super duper form is pretty valuable. Warning from dentists. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control 3 or more creatures, it gets 4/4. That's not bad for a 1-drop. Light of Judgment from Final Fantasy VI. Oh, yeah, that's Kefka, all right. Man, I was there. I saw when Kefka used his Light of Judgment to torch the village of Mobliz far to the east. I remember that. the world map, and so their quest began. Hill Gigas. These dudes are usually in Zozo. Yep, right there, Zozo. Final Fantasy VI. Tifa's Limit Break. What does that do? Somersault. Target creature gets 2/2. Meteor Strikes. Double target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. And Final Heaven. Triple target creature's power into... Damn. Tifa's such a badass. Open the menu and select map, right? Ah, the Cactar. At the beginning of your end step, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, return it to its owner's hand. Yeah, Cactar like to run away and then come back and run away and come back. A cactus with legs that loves to run hither and thither. Watch out for its thorns. Thither? Thither? Hither and thither? Oh. Not paying attention to commons and uncommons, okay. And then Grahatia, our resident kitty man. The Allegheny, whenever one or more other creatures and or artifacts you control die, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. And then Fang, Fearless Lassie. Is it Lassie? I think it's Lassie. And if you flip it over, you get half of a card. Oh, that's right. There needs to be 2 of those. 2 people to be the legendary beast avatar. Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, Haste. Jesus. Destroy target permanent and return non-legendary permanent from your graveyard to the bat. Damn! Oh, boys, look at that. Our first mythic. Go-Go, the Master of Mimicry. Second pack in, Mythic. Can't complain. Go-Go is a badass from Final Fantasy VI. He's basically like a mimic. He can copy anybody's abilities and moves and stuff like that. I see. So you seek to save the world. Then I guess that means I shall save the world as well. Lead on. I will copy your every move. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control X times. You may choose new targets for the copies. This ability can't be copied, and X can't be 0. First mythic of the box. The Poo-Poo UFO. Final Fantasy VIII. What is this? Yes, Go-Go wears a lot of fabric. Flying, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield if you tap it, or if you pay 3 until end of turn, this creature's base power becomes equal to the number of towns you control. It didn't do well, or... That's our second. Ooh, Foily Swamp. Look at that, from Final Fantasy V. That's a pretty messed up place right there. Foily lands. And a hero. Treasure on the other side. No, don't bendy. Don't bendy the cards. There we go. Packs get caught. Uh-oh, summon girlfriend Ifrit. Ahriman, yeah. Is he from... No, he's from Final Fantasy III. Okay. Summon girlfriend Ifrit is from Final Fantasy VIII. Firewife. Balam T. Rexar from Final Fantasy VIII. Dragoon's Wyvern. Cute. From Final Fantasy XI. I heard that to become a Dragoon, you had to take part... Or you had to make a pact with a living Wyvern. However, thanks to the Dragon Slayers, there aren't that many dragons left. Gale Cat, the very nervous-looking cat. That's the ticket. Now let's get moving to North Mountain. That cat does not look like he wants to get moving anywhere. Iron Giant. Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. Just the Iron Giant, or, yeah. The Iron Giant is both hostile and powerful, using a giant blade to fell its foes. The mere mention of its name strikes fear into the hearts of drivers who know how perilous the roads are at night. It's from Final Fantasy 15, and the Flying Cat is from Final Fantasy 5. World map from Final Fantasy 1. Open the world map. Ooh, we got one of those, what you call them? Like the snazzy full art ones, the Thrum of the Vestige. Oh, it's Lightning Bolt. Cool. It's not legal, but it's cool. Hell yeah. That's a badass card. I guess we'll put those there. The Circle of Power. Draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Create a 0/1 Black Wizard token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage. I bet that mechanic is really cool if you can bust out a ton of those wizards at once and just cast whatever. The laziest name for a mountain. Okay, is that... Yeah, that's an uncommon. Ignis Scientia. Legendary creature, human advisor. Oh yeah, this guy's from Final Fantasy 15. He makes all the food. Black Wizard decks pretty often. They're annoying. Oh, okay. I haven't seen one yet. I've come up with a new recipe. Exile target card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, create a food token. When Ignis Scientia enters... Sorry, Scientia enters. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them into the battlefield tapped. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in any random order. He's kind of powerful for a uncommon. Torgal, a fine hound. Who's the good boy? Oh, yeah, he's from Final Fantasy 15. This is from Final Fantasy 14, The Circle of Power. Torgal is from Final Fantasy... Is that 16? I think that's 16. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because there's what's his name. Yeah. The tasty looking sandwich, yeah. That dude makes tasty looking food. Our rare is the Lunar Whale from Final Fantasy 5 or 4, sorry. I remember this. I remember the Lunar Whale. Final Fantasy 4 is a cool game. If you have not had the occasion to play, I suggest you try it. It's one of the classic Final Fantasy stories. 4 and 6 are 2 of the most classic. Even though, of course, 1 is the most classic, but it's like, save the world! There's a little bit more context in 4. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. As long as the Lunar Whale attacked this turn, you may play the top card of your library. That's not bad for a 4-drop. Not at all. Rare number 2. The Dwarven Castle Guard is our foily here. And our... I think we're going to get a foil in every pack. Trino the Dark City from Final Fantasy 9, right there. That's a cool looking place. Guess that goes with just another hero. Aww, look at that. Look at that Viero. Well, she looks a lot like Tsukihana. Hell yeah. She looked like my girl. Oh, there's art cards in here, too. Of course there's art cards in here. Why wouldn't there be? What's our art card? Oh my god, that is adorable. Look at that Moogle army. It's the king. The king and his minions. I may want to collect the art cards from this series. That is adorable. Love it. Love it, putting it over on the side here. Sephiroth's Intervention. Destroys target creature, you gain 2 life. I just got that card last night. Gigantoad. The Gigant... Oh, yeah, was it? Final Fantasy VII, obviously. Fate is not to be taken lightly, Cloud. Final Fantasy 15. The Gigantoad is known to venture outside of its comfort zone during downpours, much to the surprise of unsuspecting hikers. The Rook Turret from Final Fantasy 14. It is unfortunate that many Ishgardians cannot appreciate the practicality of my work. God, Stefanevian de Halinarte? Wow. Aerith's rescue mission from Final Fantasy VII. Oh yeah, take the elevator, take 59 flights of stairs. Ooh boy, another blazing bomb from Final Fantasy IX. The Monk's Fist from Final Fantasy I. Monks were in Final Fantasy I? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, look at that guy. The Giant of Babel. Cool. Final Fantasy IV. Nice. Tonberry. Here we go. Creature you enter, it's tapped with a stun counter on it. Chef Snipe during your turn. This creature has first strike and death touch. Yep. Fearful monsters that creep ever forward. Knives poised with deadly intent. From Final Fantasy V. Zidane, the Tantalus Thief. Final Fantasy IX. Oh, okay. That's the thief from Final Fantasy. Gotcha. Sleep Magic from Final Fantasy IX as well. Wow, Final Fantasy IX lineup here. Like that. Garland, Knight of Cornelia. Yep. And he flips to reveal Chaos the Endless. When Chaos dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. And our rare is Triple Triad. Card games within card games, boys. We're doing card gameception here. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library until end of turn. You may play the card you own exiled this way, and each other card exiled this way with lesser mana value than it without paying their mana costs. Interesting. Ooh, our first foil rare. Squall, Seed Mercenary. Rough Divide. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. And whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That is not bad. Not bad at all. And then Gone, Town of Ruin. They say that beyond the dunes in the Town of Ruin is the Town of Ruin, but no one can even enter the desert to find out, let alone cross it. Final Fantasy V. Did I lose you guys? Are you good? Suplex. Suplex that train. The time has come to put my training to use. Final Fantasy VI. Namazu Trader. Oh yeah, the Fish Citizen. This guy. Final Fantasy 14. And this is Final Fantasy 6. But Prish's Wanderings. Okay, basic land card. 1/1 counter and target creature for 3, huh? It's not horrible. Final Fantasy 11. The Keycurn Merchant. Final Fantasy 11. Slash of Light from Final Fantasy 1. Red Mage's Rapier from Final Fantasy 1. There were Red Mages in Final... Wow. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy 1, apparently. The Hill Gigas from Final Fantasy 6. Torgal, a Fine Hound. Final Fantasy 15 or 16. Ambrosia's Whiteheart from Final Fantasy 14. The Lionheart. Oh yeah, that blade. Okay. Lions are known for their great strength and pride. Oh, hey, we got a full art. Oops. I put a rare in the wrong spot. We got a full art uncommon Torgal the Finehound. Look at that guy. Look at that good boy. Very nice. Oh, I guess. Oh, okay. I was about to say, did that count as our rare? Cecil, the Dark Knight. Death Touch, Darkness. Whenever Cecil deals damage, you lose that much life. Then if your life total is less than or equal to half your starting life, untap Cecil and transform him into Cecil, the Redeemed Paladin. Lifelink and Protect. Whenever Cecil attacks other attacking creatures, gain Indestructible until end of turn. Nah, that's not OP or anything. This is my battle, the one I must fight alone to atone for my wrongs. And I suppose this is my fate as a Dark Knight. Soon I won't even feel remorse for my actions. Wow. Yeah, Cecil was kind of a back and forth character. Adventurer's Airship is our foily. We got an island here. That's a pretty island. Final Fantasy X there. Another hero. Cecil is also from Final Fantasy IV. Just in case I did not mention that. Because I forget things. Because I'm old. Oi, fight on. The Greens. The Magic Damper. The Cloudbound Moogle. Summon Girlfriend Ifrit. Grand Pulse Ochu. Mysterious beast that has grown large on its journey across the Grand Pulse. Its children, known as Microhos, accompany the Ochu in combat against adventurers from Final Fantasy XIII. The Sashagin. What is that? Shyland's Shorewalker. Try to escape and I'll slice guilds into your neck. Damn. Final Fantasy XIV. Sorceress's Schemes. The price for your meddling is death beyond death. Look at this sorceress from Final Fantasy VIII. I remember her. Nobody liked her. Nobody likes you, sorceress. Yep. Those were commons. Garnet, the Princess of Alexandria. Legendary creature, human noble cleric from Final Fantasy IX. Someday I will be queen, but I will always be myself. Aw. Whenever Garnet attacks, you may remove a lore counter from each of any number of sagas you control. Put a 1/1 counter on Garnet for each lore counter removed this way. Ooh. Relentless X ATM 092. Is it a relentless ATM? Does it relentlessly give you money or relentlessly keep you from getting your money? Final Fantasy VIII. I think that was one of the big, like, weapons in the game. Side quest Raise a Chocobo. Love this card. It makes Chocobo decks quite powerful indeed. Our rare is Arden the Usurper from Final Fantasy 15. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste, and star scores at the beginning of combat on your turn. Exile up to one target creature from a graveyard. If you exiled a card this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 5/5 black demon. Chunky. A Kikiran Merchant for our foily. These feel like pretty well-made cards, too. Insomnia, Crown City from Final Fantasy 15. Now, I don't know if I want my hometown to be called Insomnia. That seems inconvenient. Burb. Means to Choco, isn't it? I suppose they would have had to make a completely separate class of Chocobo, wouldn't they? Okay. Call of the Mountain Chocobo. Very useful card again. Q-Trub Forayer. They willfully attain an undead existence to serve their foul mistresses for eternity, from Final Fantasy 9, and the Mountain Chocobos from Final Fantasy 7. Gobu Gardener. Gubu? Gubu Gardener. Final Fantasy 9 or 11. The parasitic moss that grows in the folds of the Gubu's back is highly valued as an ingredient in various potions and medicines. Something tells me people farm those. Scorpion Sentinel from Final Fantasy 7. Barret, be careful. Attack while its tail is up. It's going to counterattack with its laser. Summon Choco Mog from Final Fantasy 7. Wark and Kupo. Laughing Mad. Yeah, Kafka. God, such a crazy ass character. Final Fantasy 6. Venture's Airship from Final Fantasy 1. Cloud of Darkness from Final Fantasy 3. We are the Cloud of Darkness, bringer of wrath and destroyer of light. Queen Braun from Final Fantasy 9. She looks a little crazy. Eden, the Seed of the Sanctum. Our first, I think that's our first uncommon land cycle there. This city, Cocoon's capital, shares its name with its Falsi patron. Ah, okay. We got Prompto Argentum, legendary creature, a human scout from Final Fantasy 15. Oh yeah, he's the rogue, isn't he? Yeah. Selfie shot. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, create a creature token. Got a nice full art there. Our rare is Ninja's Blades. Yeah, these are pretty badass. Equipped creature gets 1/1 and is a ninja in addition to its other types, and has whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card, and that player loses life equal to the discarded card's mana value. And Mutsuno Kami, which I mean just assume means equip, but Final Fantasy 14. Our foilie is Thunder Magic with lightning right there from Final Fantasy 13. The camera kind of goes out of focus when you show a lot of the... Oh, there's wastes in here? I didn't know that. From Final Fantasy 16. Cool. Yep. There's that potato hero. No commentary here. Am I still on? Yeah, I'm still on. Nobody's saying anything. That's why it's worrying me. Okay. Just making sure that the stream is still going. It says it's unstable, but I don't know. Are you guys good? I just Apparently opening packs is not my forte. Cornered by black mages. Kuja called them black mages, dark spawn of the mist. Oh, Final Fantasy 9. Commune with beavers. Guy speak beaver. Final Fantasy 2. Ice Flan. When this creature enters, tap target artifact or... Okay, so it freezes things in place. Okay, that's cool. Final Fantasy 10. They're multiplying. I think this is Coral? Something like that. A lean and limber predator whose whiskers acquire charge from naturally occurring electric particles in the atmosphere from Final Fantasy 15. Call the Mountain Chocobo, Final Fantasy 7. Another land cycle here. Adventurers in. When this land enters, you gain 2 life. That's kind of nice. Just a straight up, here you go, you know. Welcome, we have rooms for 200 gil a night. Would you like to stay and rest your body and mind? The Innkeep. Syncopate. Oh, look at this guy. Minwu, the rebellion strategist, who is really Mangara the diplomat. Bud Minwu, the rebellion strategist from Final Fantasy II. Legendary creature, human cleric. Human clerics, that's shenanigans, I'm sure. Evil Reawakened. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with 2 additional counters on it. Galoof, it's good to see you again. Locke Cole from Final Fantasy VI. This is the, like, secondary character next to, Terra. Death Touch and Lifelink. Whenever Locke Cole deals damage to combat damage to a player, draw a card and discard a card. As long as there are people who need to be protected, I'll keep on fighting. Barrett Wallace, you're gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? Yeah. We got Such. There he is. The Chocobo Keeper. Chocobo, we just can't catch a break, can we? When he enters, you may search your library for a bird or a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. When he attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, and then double the number of 1/1 counters on that creature. Yeah. Anytime that I actually get him out, usually people immediately try to kill him. I wonder why. A Foily Adventurer's in. Nice pull there. And a foil Insomnia Crown City. Look at that. Double foil lands. That's kind of nice, actually. This is like the first like recent set that I've opened in quite a while. Light of Judgment from Final Fantasy VI. Kefka doing horrible things to people. Sephiroth's Interventions, Final Fantasy VII. Gigantoad, Final Fantasy 15. Rook Turret, Final Fantasy 14. Aerith Rescue Mission, Final Fantasy 7. Vane's Treachery, Final Fantasy 12. Another Adventurer's Inn from Final Fantasy 1, or 3. Sorry, 3. Sach's Chocobo from Final Fantasy 13. Summon Primal Garuda from Final Fantasy 14. Circle of Power. We're going to start seeing a lot of repeats now. Ignis Scientia. We got him again. And our rare is the Fire Crystal from Final Fantasy 3. Oh, are you upset about the... Yep, Final Fantasy 3, there we go. Fire Crystal, red spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Creatures you control have haste. Damn. And then 6, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Warriors of Light, only you can restore the hope to the world, for yours is the light that can balance out the darkness. Isn't that the same quote on every one of them? A foil Malboro. And a Imperial Capital Vector from Final Fantasy VI. That was an interesting place in the game. If we allow the Empire to continue expanding its Magitech arsenal, history's greatest mistake will be repeated. Right? Burp. We're not even... Okay. This is the 10th pack. I suppose we could start going a little faster if we've seen all the things. Let's pull that art card from the back and... Ooh. That is Shadow from Final Fantasy VI. That is a badass looking card. Oh, you're in here? Oh, you're here. You were just listening from the kitchen. Gotcha. These art cards are pretty badass looking, actually. This may be the first time that I would actually like to collect the art cards from a Magic set. Well, not the first time. For rare, the Gooboo Gardener, Scorpion Sentinel, Summon Chocomog, Item Shopkeep. What can I do for you? From Final Fantasy III. Vincent's Limit Break. The Iron Giant. Got him again. On to the uncommons. Capital City. Add 1 or pay 1 and tap to add mana of any color. And it's a cycling card, so that's kind of useful. A city built upon the Isles of Ark that straddle the continents of Storm and Ash. Final Fantasy 16. Huh. I guess I didn't watch Med play all the way through that. Summon Anima. This summon is just weird in Final Fantasy X. This is like one of the most disturbing summon cinematics I've ever seen. And back in the day, it was super badass. Omega, the Heartless Evolution. From Final Fantasy 14. Okay. Wave Cannon. When Omega enters, for each opponent, tap up to 1 target non-land permanent that opponent controls. Put X stun counters on each of those permanents, and you gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. Jesus. That's a lot. Side quest, Hunt the Mark. When this enchantment enters, destroy up to 1 target creature at the beginning of your end. 1 target creature. At the beginning of your end step, if the creature died under an opponent's control this turn, create a treasure token. Then if you control 3 or more treasures, transform this enchantment. Into Yasmat, the Ultimate Mark. Sacrifice pay 2, sacrifice another creature or artifact, and he gains indestructible until end of turn, and tap it. Legend says it is an anima guardian to a sacred blade. Though most sacred amongst its kind, its great power drove it to madness, and in the end, it became a threat to its own creator. Final Fantasy XII. And our rare is Tella the Great Sage, full art. Look at that guy. Very interesting character from Final Fantasy IV. He was like... His daughter was killed, and he wanted nothing but revenge, and he was training to cast, like, the most powerful spell that he knew of, which was Meteo. Or Meteo? Not really sure. But... cool looking card there. Oop. Meant to just put Tella there. There we go. Got a foily Galoof's Final Act. I'll destroy your Exdeath, even if it means I have to take you into the afterlife myself. From Final Fantasy V. And Guado Salam. Guado Salam? Fair Plain Gateway. It is a town. Okay, from Final Fantasy X. We, Guado, protect the far plains so the dead can rest in peace. Nice. I think I'll just turn these foilies into a stack, because they're getting kind of messy. Same with these full art things. Let's clean up these piles here. Cleaning up piles. We don't want to have it too messy up in here, do we? We are a third of the way through the box. Just kind of enjoying this. If you're not the kind of person that enjoys the slower format, you can always just put this on 1.5 or 2. Did I sneeze? Well, thank you. I don't remember sneezing. Oh, okay, because of the name. Got it, got it. Yep. Got it. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Techno. Warrior Sword from Final Fantasy 1. I think all those are from Final Fantasy 1. Resentful Revelation. This is when Sephiroth found out that he was a product of Genova. The Genova project resulted in my conception. See? Right there. Final Fantasy 7. The Chocobo Kick from Final Fantasy 4. Dreams of Laguna. Don't go back on your word. Come on, go wave to her. Final Fantasy 8. Paladin's Arms. Oh, no. Final Fantasy 14. Was there no Paladin in Final Fantasy 1? The White Auracite. Every time somebody drops this, I'm like, ugh, God, here we go. Because not only can you tap it for mana, but it like takes somebody's card off the board. It's so annoying. Lunatic Pandora. Inside the Lunatic Pandora is this thing called the Crystal Pillar. It calls monsters from the moon. Yeah, this isn't this the building that you fight monsters in to get to what's his nuts in Final Fantasy oh no, that's Final Fantasy 8. Okay, so this is not from 6. Battle menu. Choose one. Attack. Create a 2/2 white knight. Target creature gets +0/+4 until end of turn. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater, or you gain 4 life. That's a pretty powerful card for 2 mana. What is that? Final Fantasy 6. Oh yeah, that's Final Fantasy 6 right there. All right, that's Cayenne. That's Realm. I want to say that's Gao, and that's Terra. That's an interesting party. Thief's Knife. Final Fantasy 1. Oh, Thief's Knife is an uncommon. I'm not like paying attention to these uncommons. Gladiolus. Oh my god, Gladiolus Amicita? Guard the king with our lives. That's the way it always has been. Okay, Final Fantasy 15. So this must be his bruiser. That's right. So he's got that science guy. He's got that makes him food. He's got the thief guy. He's got Gladiolus and himself. So I lost to this guy. His landfall is kind of powerful. Another target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Not fair. Crystal Fragments from Final Fantasy 9. That's a pretty picture, though. Ultima, the Origin of Oblivion, is our rare. Legendary creature God, flying. Whenever Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land. For as long as that land has a blight counter on it, loses all land types, and its ability has add 1 colorless. Whenever you tap a land for colorless, add an additional 1 colorless. Our foilie is Vane's Treachery from Final Fantasy 12. And Gongaga, Reactor Town from Final Fantasy 7. Is that focus better? There we go. The Shinra people told us that everyone would be happy once the reactor was built, but all it brought us was sadness. Yep, that's what happens when a corporation tells you it's for your own good. White cards are known to do that. Be too powerful. And for our art card, is that Sin? I feel like that's Sin from Final Fantasy X. Yep. Sin, Spear as Punishment. Calling the art cards so far. Haste Magic, Double Time. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII. Heck dies from Final Fantasy II. Once the monsters of hell poured forth into the world, they entered using a path known as the Jade Passage. Town Greeter from Final Fantasy I. This is Cornelia, the City of Dreams. Welcome to Cornelia. Final Fantasy X, this is Ice Magic. Blizzard, Blizzara, Blizzaga, that's fantastic. Not bad. Dwarven Castle Guard. Lally ho, it's the Dwarven Greeting. Final Fantasy IV. Adventurer's Airship, Final Fantasy I. Laughing Mad from Final Fantasy VI. Rydia's Return from Final Fantasy IV. Rydia is the summoner in Final Fantasy IV. Creatures you control get 3/3 until end of turn, or return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Are you okay? You should be able to move now. Yeah, I think she saves Cecil at some point. I forget. Was that... no, that's common. Yeah. And then the Gold Saucer. Oh, I've never seen this land before. Add 1, flip a coin. If you win the flip, create a treasure token. Sacrifice 2 artifacts, draw a card. Interesting. Final Fantasy VII. After a relaxing at Costa del Sol, stop by the Gold Saucer. It's a rich and exciting place to play. Riona Hardley. Pretty. Yeah, she has a faithful dog and all that good stuff. Yeah, Angelo. Angelo is the goodest boy. From Final Fantasy VIII. Stolen Uniform from Final Fantasy IV. Or 6, sorry. It's a little tight, but the price was right. Tends to be. Ooh. Look at that, boys. We got the Buster Sword. Equipped creature gets 3/2. Whenever an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the that damage without paying its mana cost. Equip 2. Now you must find her owner. And that is the second mythic of the box, boys. That's 2 mythics. Town Greeter. Boiling. Cool Mountain from Final Fantasy I. That's pretty badass looking. Alright, put the foil there. I think that's only 2 mythics. Did I skip one? No, I think everything else has been a rare. Yep. Okay. Unless I'm dropping rares in the wrong piles again. Don't think I did. Negative. I tend to get my piles mixed up on occasion. All right. We're just under halfway through the box now. That is the wrong way. Sabo Tender. These strange ambulatory cacti are commonly found in the Altepa Desert of Kustos region, and little regarding their way of life is known to science. Final Fantasy XI. Cornered by black mages. Commune with beavers. Men speak beaver. Or guy speak. Is it guy speak beaver? Guy speak beaver. Ice Flan. Coral. Crossroads Village. This land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color. Add 1 mana of the chosen color. You've got to destroy the Dreadnought. From Final Fantasy II. Hey, look at this. Vana'diel Adventures. Final Fantasy IX. Okay. Yeah. No, that's 11. Yeah, because that's a Makote. I don't think they existed until Final Fantasy XI, and this little guy, I forget what they were called. Cool. Chocobo Racetrack. Chocobo Generator. Right there. Quistis Trep. From Final Fantasy VIII, Blue Magic. Oh yeah, this is the teacher lady, isn't it? When Curse's Trap enters, you may cast instant or sorcery card from your graveyard, and mana of any color can be spent to cast that spell. Mana of any type. Mana of any type. If that spell would be put into the graveyard, exile it. It's not like everyone can get by on their own, you know. Ash, Princess of Dalmasca. Look at the top 5 cards in your library. You may reveal an artifact card from above them and put them in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. Ooh, okay. That would be pretty sweet if you were running like one of those like equip decks. And our rare is Lindblum, the Industrial Regency, our first land cycle. Mage Siege for 3, create a 0/1 black wizard, okay. And then this land enters tapped and add 1. Alright. Whoa. Double rare land cycle? Bro. We also got Balam Garden, Seed Academy. Double rares, boys. Add 1 or 1, enters tapped. So this is the other land cycle, the one that doesn't have like a spell attached to it. Transform this land. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each other town you control, and that brings out Balam Garden Airborne. Turns into a vehicle. Whenever the garden attacks, draw a card and crew 1. Interesting. Double rares. I'm not going to complain. Welcome to this is our town, scrub. Yeah, beat it. Circle of Power. Our foiling. Oh, and we got a foily plains. Wow, that was a damn good pack. Holy crap. Oh. And is that a Makote? I can't tell if that's a Makote. Maybe that's one of those dragon people. Look. It's what's her name? Alright. God, we're spending so much time on each pack. It's kind of crazy. This is definitely not a Rudy video. Up. A signed Kefka. Bro, look at that Kefka. That is crazy. That's amazing. Thunder Magic. Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, we've seen this one. Undercity Dire Rat. Is this from Final Fantasy 12? This is the rats that the main character in the tutorial, they make you kill like 3 rats, and then he's just like, I'm ready for anything after that. I finally worked how to get to the door on the left side open. I hope there's something in there besides rats. Blitzball Shot, Final Fantasy X. Everyone seems to be calling for Waka, folks. Combat tutorial, Final Fantasy X. Clueless, aren't you? Good thing I'm here, Lulu. Lulu is the reason Final Fantasy X was played. I'm sorry. That. Focus. That right there is Lulu. Right there. The reason many people played Final Fantasy X. Magitech Infantry. These cyber soldiers were specifically engineered to excel in combat and serve as the powerhouse of the Imperial Infantry. Final Fantasy 15. Vane's Treachery, Final Fantasy 12. Lolo Prit Scout. Aw, look at the moon bunny. I've come to realize that it's important to put down the book every now and then and experience some adventures for myself. Cute. Hands do what I want you to do. Shambling Sith. seeth are damned to wander the world unliving and undying until their corrupted flesh can at last move no more. Ugh. Final Fantasy 13 was kind of messed up, wasn't it? Chocobo Racetrack again. Final Fantasy 7. Another Quistis trip. Vanille. Cheerful Lissy. Aww. Look at her. That's a cute picture. Human Cleric. When she enters, mill 2 cards, then return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. And then at the beginning of your first main phase, if you both own and control Vanille and a creature named Fang Fearless Lassie, you may pay, 5. If you do, exile them and meld them into Ragnarok Divine Deliverance, which is that guy that we have the other half of. So now we have the complete set right there. Need the full art of the other guy, though. Our rare is Summoner's Grimoire. Okay, whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield if that card is an enchantment. Oh, bro. Bro, Summoner sounds awesome. I might want to make a Summoner deck. I'm just saying. Slash of Light Foily. The endless struggle that raged over 2,000 years had ended, and peace had prevailed once more. Baron, the Airship Kingdom. This is the starting city in Final Fantasy IV. The advent of the airship marked the realization of Baron's dreams, but also the birth of its militarism. We dig it. About halfway through. Ooh, another art card. I'm actually kind of excited about these now, because so far they've been pretty badass. Let's... Ah, we got Locke. From Final Fantasy VI. Very nice. Slash of Light. Mysidian Elder. Perhaps this is a test and you must prove yourself worthy. Shinra reinforcements. Oh yeah, these guys are great. End of the line, punk. I remember that line. A pleasingly plump summon. Fat Chocobo. I didn't know that was a common. I thought that was an uncommon. Sage's Newliths. Look at that Makote. Anyway, Sage's Newliths. Yeah. Grand Pulse Ochu. Instant Robin from Final Fantasy 15. People are upset that the Cup of Noodles logo wasn't in there. Hey, look at that. Squall Leon Hart. Legendary creature, Human Knight. First strike, Vigilance like think. Or in equipment spells, cast 1 less to cast. That was like almost straight from the video game right there. That screenshot. Coral Sword. Interesting. Just 1-0. Poison the Waters. Oh god, the classic. He poisoned the waters of Doma. In Final Fantasy VI. Kefka did. Nothing beats the sweet music of hundreds of voices screaming in unison. Jesus Christ, Kefka. Oh, is Flair been pretty talkative? Good, good, good. Swallowed by Leviathan. Nice. Final Fantasy II. Ah, we got Hope. Hope S-Time. From Final Fantasy 13, right? Yeah. Lifelink at the beginning of your end step. Each opponent mills X cards, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. If we have the power to destroy Cocoon, then we have the power to save it. Yeah, Hope was like that. Sid, Timeless Artificer. Legendary creature, artifact. We have to read Sid. We have to. Artifact creatures and heroes you control get +1/+1 for each artificer you control and each artificer card in your graveyard. A deck can have any number of cards named Sid, Timeless Artificer. Oh yeah, this is... I forgot about this. This is apparently a thing. They'll just be random Sids everywhere. Which makes sense and is kind of canon to the game. Windhurst Federation Center from Final Fantasy XI. The first star Sybil gained the powers of the star and moon at Full Moon Fountain. She found the stars of hope from within the darkness and led Windhurst to glory. Sid transcends all universes. He kind of does, actually. There is a Sid in every star in Final Fantasy. Every single star. Suplex, Namazu Trader, Airship Crash. Just our luck to crash in this forest. It's gonna get interesting. Yep. What is that from? Is that Final Fantasy IX? Okay. Retrieve the Esper from Final Fantasy VI. Yeah. That was such a cool game. Fate of the Suncrest from Final Fantasy XII. You would have me destroy the Empire? Is this my duty? Is this what you want? Instant ramen. Woo. Dawn, Warrior's Legacy. Okay, it replaces Mizzix's Mastery. Exile a card from an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. For each card exiled this way, copy it, and you may cast copy without paying its cost. Then you must exile. Beautiful artwork on the full art cards. Overkill from Final Fantasy X. Target creature gets -0, -9999 until end of turn. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's overkill. Definitely. I think this is one of the cards that made me want to buy the cards. Freya Crescent. Legendary creature Rat Knight. Ooh. During your turn, she has flying. Spend this mana only to cast an equipment spell or activate an equip ability. Okay. We live not to forget our past, but to learn from it. Battle menu. Side quest, play Blitzball. Final Fantasy X. Oh, where did the Rat Knight come from? Final Fantasy IX. Okay. And our rare is Jekt. The Reluctant Guardian. Menace. Whenever Jekt deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. And as Braska's Final Aeon. Jekt Beam. What is he, an idol? Each opponent discards a card and you draw a card. And ultimate Jekt Shot. Each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. What the fuck is this card? Checked. Ubu Gardener for our foily. And an island. Oh, that's a pretty island. Look at that. That is the wrong spot. Putting cards in all the wrong places. That sounded kind of dirty. The good news is, by the time we get through this, we'll be able to move through the other box faster. Sorry, adjusting. I know the cards went off screen. Ah, he's faking. He's faking. Planning cards. Weapons vendor. Man in your line of work needs weapons, no? Why not try that one on for size? What is that from? Final Fantasy VII. Yeah. Haste Magic. Hectize. Town Greeter. Ice Magic. Dwarven Castle Guard. Sahagin. Was that? Yeah. Summon Fenrir. Who dares summon me from the darkness? Overkill. Freya Crescent. Ooh, hello. We got Tifa, boys. Tifa Lockhart. Look at that badass picture. That's amazing. That's exactly what Tifa looks like. She's got like the power coming from her hands and everything. I'm pretty good at taking care of myself, you know. Yeah. We know, Tifa. We know. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, double her power until end of turn. Ah, yes, the 100% waifu. And double rare, Kuja, the Genome Sorcerer. Look at this fucking guy. From Final Fantasy IX. Double rare, and it's a full art. At the beginning of your end step, create a tapped black wizard creature token. And then if you control 4 or more wizards, transform him into Transkuja, the Fate Defied. What? So you turn him into a furry? Is that what's going on? Like a furry bird? Flamestar. If a wizard you control would deal damage to a permanent or a player, it deals double that damage instead. Final Fantasy IX. That's a pretty sweet rare. Our foilie is unexpected request. I shall hereby do my best to kidnap you. Yes. Insomnia, the Crown City, another one of those. All right, our art card is... I do not recognize these two. Am I nuts, or have I just not played it? Mechanist's Arsenal. Okay, so it's just showing you what the Mechanist has. That is one hell of an auto crossbow. All right, Red Mage's Rapier, Black Mage's Rod, Prish's Wanderings, Kikern Merchant, Slash of Light, Lunatic Pandora, White Auracite, Judge Magister Gabranth. I slew your king, I slew your country. Do these deeds not demand vengeance? From Final Fantasy XII. Wow. Final Fantasy XII was just Star Wars. The opera love song. Oh my god, this scene in Final Fantasy VI just... it blew all of us away. Because it was literally a cinematic in a 16-bit video game. We did not know what was going on. We were just like... what? Is this really happening? And then they would have scenes in between where you fought Ultros. It was great. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards until your next end step, or 1 or 2 target creatures each get 2/0 until end of turn. Oh my hero, my beloved, shall we still be made to part? Oh my god. Ooh, such a cool scene. Delivery Moogle. A new letter has arrived for you, Koopa. Ultimacia, the Time Sorceress. Where is she from? She's from Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, so this is the sorceress we all have issues with. So, when she attacks Surveil 2, pay a whole crap load of mana and you can transform her into Ultimacio Omnipotent. Time. It will not wait. No matter how hard you hold on, it escapes you. Time compression. When this creature transforms into Ultimacia Omnipotent, take an extra turn after the... ooh. Well, that's why it's so expensive. The Wind Crystal. White spells cost 1 less to cast, and if you would gain life, you gain twice that life instead. Creatures you control gain flying and lifelink until end of turn. And no, it's not the same quote. Okay, I give unto you the last of my light, and with it the last hope of a fading world. Vincent's Limit Break Foilie. And Baron Airship Kingdom foilie. Nice, double foilies in that pack. Almost 2/3 of the way through the box here, if I can get this open. Definitely not as smooth pack openings as I'm used to. Maybe they're just a little harder to open. But so far, love the artwork on the packs. I mean, they feel like normal Magic packs, so there's nothing like really different about them. They might have just like a little bit better glue at the top, or maybe not like the little slit at the top, so you can open them faster. Thunder Magic, Undercity Diorite, Blitzball Shot, Combat Tutorial, Magitech Infantry, White Mage's Staff. We haven't seen that one yet. Final Fantasy 1. Let me show that just in case. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows what these do now, but just in case people want to pause and look. Magic Pot. Give me Elixir. Look at that. Cute. Thief's Knife. Gladiolus again. Shambling Seath again. And the Emperor of Polymacia. Okay, 1 or 1. Spend this mana only for non-creature spells. Cast a non-creature spell if at least 4 mana was spent. Put a +1/+1 counter on the Emperor, and if it has 3 or more counters on it, transform it into the Lord Master of Hell. Bro. As the world shall fall by all the world shall fall by my hand. Okay. Whenever the Lord Master of Hell attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard. Jesus. Good lord. That's one hell of a card. Noctis, Prince of Lucis. The Prince of Final Fantasy 15. He's the dude that, like, well, does he drive the car? I think he drives sometimes. Lifelink, you may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to paying their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that artifact enters with a finality counter on it. I'm assuming that means it, like, gets discarded. And Cargo Ship is our foily uncommon and a Swampy. That's a cool looking swamp. Look at that. Man, these full arts are very, very nice. All right. Third of the box left. We should probably be able to go a little bit faster now. Elder, Reinforcements, Fat Chocobo, Sage's Novus, Weapons Vendor, Crossroads Village, the Battle at the Big Bridge. Wow. That is some mono art right there. Damn. Those are really cool. Poo Poo UFO. Black Waltz number 3. Flying Death Touch. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Black Waltz number 3 deals 2 damage to each opponent. You fool! Do I look like some lowly black mage soldier? The Prima Vista. Flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, the Prima Vista becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Crew 2. And we got another rare land cycle here. Zenarkand, the Ancient Metropolis from Final Fantasy X. Create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, put a 1/1 counter on it for each land you control, then exile this card and play the land later. So, for 6 mana. Or it enters tapped, a city dead for 1,000 years, the end of Yuna's journey. Oh, that's from Final Fantasy X, okay. Hey, a second rare land. This must be a thing. Clive's Hideaway. Hideaway 4. When this land enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. Exile 1 face down, then put the rest in the bottom in any random order. Add 1. You may play the exile card without paying its mana cost if you control 4 or more legendary creatures. Double rare land cycle. And that's happened twice, so I'm assuming that's a thing. One of your favorite songs? Okay, Clash of the Icons from Final Fantasy VI. No, that's 14. Sorry, I read that wrong. Icons. Rabanastra, the Royal City. From Final Fantasy 12. The town proper of Rabanastra is divided into 4 sections by the cardinal directions of the compass. The east and west are merchant districts, and the streets lined with the shops and stalls of every description. Get these cleaned up a bit really quick. Just dropping cards on them. Ow. Sorry, have to moderate here. There we go. Okay, back to it. Last 10 packs of this box. Now, we've only gotten 2 mythics so far. That's pretty low for a box of Magic. So hopefully we're going to catch up here with some more mythics. Gale Cat. Summon Girlfriend Ifrit. Arhiman. I got a bit of pack there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is this one of the little triangles from the cards? I hope that didn't fall off of a card. That's some quality control issue right there. No, they're a little bit bigger, I'd say. Okay. Ahriman, Balam T. Rexar, Dragoon's Wyvern, Vincent's Limit Break, World Map, All Bed Salvagers. We found the airship. The records were right. What was that? Final Fantasy X. Okay. Galoof's Final Act in Final Fantasy V. I'll destroy your ex-death even if it... Oh, yeah, we got the... what do we call it? The foil. Foil of that. Prompto Argentum. He's the... Look at our world. Look out, world. Here we come from Final Fantasy 15. Look at this. Taking a selfie. Wow, the boys are just beating ass in the background. Capital City. Here we go. Here we go. Emmett Selk. Unsundered. This dude dropped on the board, and I was like, holy balls, I need to stop whoever is casting this. 3-drop Vigilance. Whenever Emmett Selk enters or attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 14 more cards in your graveyard, you may transform Emmett Selk into Hades, the Sorcerer of Eld. Vigilance, Echo of the Lost. During your turn, you may play cards from your graveyard. Blech. If a card or token would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. What will become of our triumphs, our hopes, our despair? Mythic, number 3. Cactar, foiling. And Guado Salam, Farplane Gateway. All right. My legs are starting to hurt. It's because I've been taking so long, like, reading all these cards. Like, ow. Ow. Oh, we got another signed one. I am not sure who that is. Let's see. Kimhari, Valiant Guardian. I do not remember, but it's signed. Technically. So, another awesome art card. I do not remember which game that was. Light of Judgment, Intervention, Gigantode, Stuck in the Summoner's Sanctum, You're Not Alone, World Map, Grand Pulse Ochu. Ring of the Lucy. King of Lucis, come to me. Okay. Shinado Tactician Magician. Look at that cutie pie. Dwarf was... Oh, so those were dwarves back in Final Fantasy XI. Okay. Oh ho ho, I might be the harshest mistress in all of Vanadil, but I may yet forgive you if at my feet you kneel. Oh my. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Shanoto gets X0 until end of turn, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. If X is 4 or more, draw a card. Dragoon's Lance. Sorry, I'm trying to keep stable and like keep the cards in the middle. Another side quest, raise a chocobo, and our rare is Ruban. Is it Rauban? Ruban? I think it's Rauban. Bull of Alamigo. Ward. Pay life equal to Raban's power. Whenever Raban enters, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to target attacking creature. If that's not how you pronounce his name, I forgot. Okay? I usually hear people say it, and I just completely forgot it. Come then, who will be the next to die on my steel? Yep, that sounds like him. A Realm Reborn. Foil rare. Other permanents you control have add 1 mana of any... Holy crap, that's actually good. The 7th Astral Era has come. Nice. Foil rare. Ooh, and a foil swamp. Not bad. All right. Another art card. What'd we get? Oh, isn't that Robin Astra? Nice. Yep, Robin Astra. I can pronounce that, but I can't pronounce that guy's name. Cloudbound Moogle. Suplex. Namazu Trader. Airship Crash. Retrieve the Esper. Hill Gigas. Crossroads Village. Ah, look, we got the Endwalker card. We pulled this on Arena. Look how pretty that is. It's for Brainstorm, which I don't think is legal in Standard, but that is a really pretty looking card. The art is just what is carrying this. And the cards are actually fun to play. So, Salvagers, Gallus Final Act, and Prompto. Our rare is the Regalia. Look at that card. Crew 1. Well, I suppose it only takes 1 person to drive it, huh? Haste, whenever the Regalia attacks, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That's just a rare. Okay. Haste Magic Foiling, and a forest. Alrighty. Opening these packs. Fumbling hands. Bomb. Fight On. Greens. Damper. Galecat. Sagaheen. Monk's Fist. Oh god, Ultros. Obnoxious Octopus. I have to read this. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 8 mana was spent to cast it, put 8 1/1 counters on Ultros. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Colosseum Behemoth. Trample when this creature enters, choose 1. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or destroy a card. Okay, Behemoth. Giat, King of the Dwarves. Double strike. Whenever Giat or another dwarf enters, and whenever an equipment you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Giat. Yep. We will fight along with you for the planet our home. And side quest, catch a fish. I am Noctis, Prince of Lucis and King of Fishing. Oh my god. And our rare oh wait, hang on. You complete the side quest, you get a cooking campsite. Okay, alright. Seeing how you enjoy fishing, you should learn how to prepare your catch, right? And our rare is... Aw, we got Yuna. Yuna, Hope of Spira. During your turn, and she's a mythic, I didn't know that. During your turn, Yuna and enchantment creatures you control have trample, lifelink, and ward 2. Damn. At the beginning of your end step, return up to 1 target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Okay. Damn. 4 mythics in a box, that's pretty normal. If we get another one, that's just icing on the cake, kinda. Red Mage's Rapier, Foily, and a Gone Town of Ruin. Ruin. Oh, there we go. It does have the little slit at the top. Why am I having such a hard time opening these? Hang on. Gotta put that down right there. I feel like either my chair isn't high up enough or something, so give it a little boost there. Because I feel like my legs should not be hurting this much. Fate of the Suncrist. Red Mage's Rapier. Black Mage's Rod. Giggity. Parish's Wanderings. Kieran Merchant. Kikurin. Monk's Fist. Kefka's Tower. Look at that Amano artwork. Amano, you are the GOAT. Seriously. Amano is amazing. It replaces Bolas's Citadel. So you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. And if you sacrifice 10 non-land permanents, you can deal 10 life damage to your opponent. Damn. The Crystal's Chosen. Aw, this is from Final Fantasy III. I remember this part. Within the light, the will of the crystal surged through them. They decided to accept their destiny, and so began a journey to dispel the darkness and return light to the world. Maybe we should redo Final Fantasy III because we got trapped somewhere, and I can't remember what we were supposed to do after that. An Ilmeg Pixie. Okay, flying whenever this creature attacks, surveil 1. Okay, well now, aren't you just brimming with life? I'd love to suck up all that aether like nectar from a flower. Ugh, those fairies are creepy. Summon Fenrir. Summon Primal Garuda. Full art. Look at that Garuda. Oh my god. Tokima. Tokima, bro, look at that Garuda. That is beautiful. Guys, the art on these cards, just insane. And, hello? We got Stiltskin, Moogle Merchant. How about a 3-piece combo of High Potion, Ether, and Phoenix Down for 444 gil? Moogle bargaining. A Foily Zidane. And Island. Nice. Oh, and a good boy. We got a good boy. Look at that, Angelo. You know, I find it interesting. We've gone through quite a few cards, but I say Gyat, and then all of a sudden everyone pays attention. I wonder where everyone's mind is. Girlfriend Ifrit. Ahriman. Balam T. Rexar. Dragoon's Wyvern. Cloudbound Moogle. White Mage's Staff, Magic Pot, Capital City. The Crystal's Chosen, just got that. Ilmeg Pixie, just got that. Another Sid Timeless Artificer. Look at this guy. This one's from Final Fantasy II. And we already know what Sid does. So, and you can have any number of Sids in your deck. That's kind of creepy. Maybe we need to make a Sid deck. That would be fun. Astrologian's Planisphere. Job select. Equipped creature is a wizard in addition to its other types and has whenever you cast a non-creature spell and whenever you draw your third card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. That is a cute picture, though. Look at that potato playing with that planisphere. Cute. A Suplex Foily, nice. A Ravenastre Foily, nice. And a hero. Lots of foilies. They're not as rare as they used to be, are they? I don't know if it's a shame or if it's actually nice because, you know, at least if you got your hands on some packs, you at least got a foily in each one. Aerith Rescue Mission, Light of Judgment, Sephiroth's Intervention, Gigantode, Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum, Syncopate, Barren Rivalry. This is Cecil, and this... this is Cecil, and this is Kain. They are the Dark Knight and the Dragoon that you start out with in Final Fantasy IV. Looks like they made this Deadly Dispute apt. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards, and create a treasure token. Amano's art is just beautiful. Garnet, Princess of Alexandria. Relentless ATM. Samurai's Katana. We haven't seen that one. Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Never mind. Garland. We got another Garland. And, ooh, we got Midgar. City of Mako. This is land cycle, obviously. Rare land cycle. Pay 3. You may sacrifice an artifact or creature. If you do, draw 2 cards. And a triumph of technology and testament to a man's potential. And we did not get a second rare land cycle, so it's not a pattern. Okay. Or this could just be an outlier. Ether. Restores 20 MP. I love at the bottom of it just says restores 20 MP. That's great. And that is Charlian, Nation of Scholars. The Charlayans were the keepers of wisdom, both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. You guys get your mind out of the gutters. I know you're still thinking about Gyatts. You're thinking about that Dwarven King, aren't you? Move some commons so I don't knock them over. Coral, Call of the Mountain Chocobo, Kushrub Forager? Forager, yeah. Commune with Beavers, Guy Speak Beaver. I can't not say that. Iceflan, Vincent's Limit Break, Adventures in Rufus Shinra. Yep, CEO. I'll control the world with fear. It takes too much to do it like my old man. Unexpected request. I shall hereby do my best to kidnap you. Auron's Inspiration. Now is the time to choose. Now is the time to shape your stories. Your fate is in your hands. Travel the overworld. My dad always wanted me to go out and travel the world, but it also feels like the wind is calling me. Final Fantasy V. By the way, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy IX, and Final Fantasy VII. And our rare is a full art Summon Leviathan. Return each creature that isn't a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent to its owner's hand. Until end of turn, whenever a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent attacks, draw a card. Heck Dies Foily, and a Gungaga Reactor Town Foily, if it will ever stay in focus. Yeah, I don't think cameras like foilies. They're just like, too much shiny. You mean that fat chocobo? Yeah, that gat. Our art card is Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. My eyes. You are not alone. Blazing Bomb. Fight on. Geishel. I want to say that's Geisal, something like that. Magic Damper. Adventurers Inn. Iron Giant. Unexpected Request. Auron's Inspiration. Travel the Overworld. The Earth Crystal is our rare. Green spells you cast cost 1 less. If one or more 1/1 counters would be put on a creature you control, twice that many would be put on creatures instead. And distribute 2 1/1 counters among 2 target creatures you control. So you give people counters. Double rare pack, Moogle's Valor. For each creature you control, create a 1/2 white Moogle creature token with lifelink. Then creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Thanks, Moogles. We're in your debt. I remember when the Moogles came to help in Final Fantasy VI. World Map Foily. And Trino the Dark City. And one more pack in box 1. We got through a lot of the commons and uncommons and everything. This is a really nice set. The cards feel pretty good. Some of them, I think like the quality control needs a little bit more work. Some of them do feel a little bit more flimsy than others. Like these cards up here feel better. The art cards are supposed to be semi-flimsy, but Chocomog, Item Shopkeep, Malboro, Bard's Bow, Rook Turret, Aerith Rescue Mission, Hill Gigos, and Restoration Magic. Oh, look at that cute white mage. Aw. Cure, permanent gains hexproof and indestructible. Cura, hexproof and indestructible until in return you gain 3 life. And Curaga, you gain 6 life. Titus, the Blitzball Star. Ha ha ha! Laugh with me, Yuna! Sorry. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Titus. Whenever Titus attacks, tap up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Every blitzer knows when you got the ball, you gotta score. Phantom Train. Yes. Need to suplex Phantom Train. Trample, sacrifice another artifact or creature 1/1 counter on this vehicle. It becomes a spirit, not artifact creature in addition to its other types until end of turn. That's when you suplex it. Side quest, Hunt the Mark. We actually read that one already. And our rare is Sin, Spira's Punishment. This is the last boss of Final Fantasy X, and it is disturbing. Whenever Sin enters or attacks, exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random. Then create a tap token that's a copy of that card. If the exiled card is a land card, repeat this process. Oh, there's some shenanigans in that, isn't there? A full art foily summon Brunhilder rare. Interesting. Got a foil rare at the very end, and it's a summon card here. Chain, exile a top card of your library during any turn you put a lore counter on this saga, and you may play that card. Gestalt mode. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, it gains haste until the end of turn. Ooh, full art, foily shiny extra rare. These feel really nice, by the way. These full art foily shinies. So I'm assuming that the collector boxes have fairly high quality cards in them. We got a mountain that looks... Oh, this mountain in particular. This is Final Fantasy 6. I'm sorry, 4. And this is the mountain you climb to go become a paladin in Final Fantasy 4. That little building right there is like a mirrored... There's like a whole bunch of mirrors in there. And Cecil had to look at himself and fight himself and become a paladin. It was an amazing plot twist when I was, 14 years old. 13? 12? Something like that. I don't remember. But very cool box opening. We got quite a few of these, I guess these are like guest appearance cards or something like that. I forget what these are called, but we got quite a few of them. The art is beautiful. Amano, you are the GOAT. And for our what the hell are these called? Mythics. For our mythics, we got Yuna, we got Emic Selk, we got the Buster Sword, and Go-Go Master of Mimicry. You can't ask for 4 really good mythics like this. This is really good. Not bad at all. Here is the second Final Fantasy box. 2 of 2. Let's dive in, shall we? It's quick little slit like that. Put that back where it belongs. Another one. Hi, Kevin. Yes, another one. Another Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering box. Let's dive in, shall we? We got some pretty nice pulls last time. We got Yuna. Laugh with me, Yuna. We got Emmett Silk. We got the Buster Sword. And I forget the last one we got. But Final Fantasy, awesome artwork. Fix those up there. Just in case you haven't seen the card before, this tells you about the draft archetypes. And this is a QR code to learn more about the collectible treatments in Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy. Let's do this. All right, Blum T Rexar. Yeah. Dragoon's Wyvern. Cloudbound Moogle. Suplex. Suplex that train, boys. Namazu Trader. Monk's Fist. Magic Pot. Give me an elixir. Riona Heartily with the goodest boy, Angelo. Stolen Uniform. The price was definitely right. Cloud of Darkness. Side quest, Raise a Chocobo. Almost got a full place out of those boys. Ooh. What have we here? Memories Returning. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand. Then choose an opponent. They put one on the bottom of your library. Then you put one into your hand. Then they put one onto the bottom of your library. Put the other into your hand. Flashback 9. Wow. Nice full art. Very pretty. And a white Auracite foily and Trino Dark City from Final Fantasy IX. Foilies go up there. I don't know why I make that so hard to reach. Oop. We got an art card. Let's check that out first. Boiling Mountain there. Ah, there's Red 13. Look at him. So happy. Shinra reinforcements. Fat Chocobo. Sages Noliths. Noliths? The reddest boy. He is. Weapons vendor. Haste magic. Instant ramen. Magic pot. Giving out all the elixirs today. Eject. This spell can't be countered. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand and draw a card. Or Aerith. Esper Ramu. Judgment Bolt. This creature deals damage equal to a number of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard to target creature. Woof. Wizards you control get 1/0 until end of turn. I am Ramu, the Esper. Final Fantasy VI, I think. Yep. Final Fantasy VI. Zac Fair. Zac Fair enters with 1/1 counter on it. Sacrifice him. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. And put Zac Fair's counters on that creature and attach in equipment that was attached to Zac Fair to that creature. Final Fantasy VII. Side quest card collection. When this enchantment enters, wow, this is like what we got. We got the Final Fantasy card game within the card game, and now there's a side quest to collect cards. When this enchantment enters, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. At the beginning of your end step, if 8 or more cards are in your graveyard, transform this enchantment into the Magicked card. Look at the Magicked card. Oh my god. Flying Crew 1. Tap any number of creatures you control with power 1 or more. 4/4 flying. Oh my god. Yo, dog. And our rare is the Mechanist's Arsenal. Yeah, we got the art card for this one, so that's pretty sweet. A foily Albed Salvagers, and a foily Mountain. Magicked, quote unquote. All right. Airship crash. Retrieve the Esper. Fate of the Sun Crest. Red Mage's Rapier. Black Mage's Rod. Giggity. White Mage's Staff. Double giggity. Instant Ramen. Queen Brahm. Brahme? Bron? Elden, the Seat of Sanctum. Add 1, mill 2 cards, then you may sacrifice this land. When you do, return another target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. This city, Cocoon's capital, shares its name with its Falsey patron. Actually, I think I've read that one already. Evil Reawakened. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. Galoof, it's good to see you again. Yeah, I remember that one. Never mind. Side quest, catch a fish. And another Moogle's Vault. Or Moogle's oh my god, words are hard. Look at the Moogles. Look at them. Aren't they cute? And a Rook Turret Foily. And a Vector Imperial Capital. Wow. Look at the Moogles, right? Just look at them. Hecdies, Town Greeter, Ice Magic, Dwarven Castle Guard, Thunder Magic, White Mage's Staff, giggity, Lunatic Pandora, And was that a uncommon? No, that was common. We got a Luca Stadium. Strixhaven Stadium. Okay. It is an artifact. Add 1. Put a point counter on this artifact. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, remove a point counter from this artifact. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, put a point counter on this artifact. Then if it has 10 or more point counters on it, remove them all, and that player loses the game. Interesting. Clash of the Icons. Elixir. This artifact enters tapped. Exile this artifact for 5. Shuffle all non-land cards from your graveyard into your library. You gain life equal to the number of cards shuffled into your library. Whoa. Fully recovers HP and MP. It costs you 6 to do it totally, but look at that. Look at that moon bunny. So cute. That is from Final Fantasy IV, by the way. Random encounter. Random encounters. Shuffle your library, then mill 4 cards. Put each creature card milled this way onto the battlefield. They gain haste. Whoa. At the beginning of your next end step, return those creatures to their owner's hands. That's interesting. And our rare is Firion, the Wild Rose Warrior from Final Fantasy II. Equipped creatures you control have haste. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it, except it has this equipment's equip abilities cost 2 less to activate. Sacrifice that token at the beginning of the next upkeep. And our foilie is Dreams of Laguna. A beautiful forest. And a hero. This is a pretty nice set, actually. It's a shame that these boxes, I bought them at 165. The boxes are now like 200 of just the play boosters. Not to mention like the collector's boxes, the ones that are supposed to be like $300. Yeah, those are now like $1,300. Good God. Money machine go burr. Aww. It's Titus and Yuna. Laugh with me, Yuna. Anyway, Precious Wanderings, Kikiran Merchant, Slash of Light, Mysidian Elder, Shinra Reinforcements, White Auracite. Ooh. Arden Izunia. Looks like it's Varagoth Blood Sky Sire. Legendary creature, Demon Rogue, Death Touch, Boast. Target player searches their library for a card, then shuffles and puts that card on top. Ooh. Imagine getting rich just printing cardboard. Oh, I know, right? I know, right? Lock Cole from Final Fantasy VI. Barrett Wallace, Final Fantasy VII. Capital City, Final Fantasy XIV. Is that 14? No, that's 16. That's 16. I know how these things work. Crystal Fragments. I don't think we looked at the reverse side of this card. Crystal Fragments. Equipped creature gets 1/1. Exile the equipment. Return it to the battlefield transformed as Alexander. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to creatures you control this turn, and then tap all creatures your opponents control. And our rare is Ultima. Such devastation. This was not my intention. Dear God. Those two should have just banged. They should have. Destroy all artifacts and creatures and end the turn. Wow. Okay. Okay. That's what that does. You sound like the orc from WoW.
Zug zug.
Ride the spoof. Shoof. Ride the shoof. Ride the shoof, all aboards. Whenever a land you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Spoof. Shoof. Look, just write it, okay? And Windhurst, the Federation Center. What did I sound like, Thrall? The Orc. Undercity Dire Rat. Blitzball Shot. Combat Tutorial. Magitech Infantry. Maybe. Warrior's Sword. Resentful Revelation. Crossroads Village. Ooh, we got another Elixir. That's a good card, actually. Random Encounter. Magitech Armor. When this vehicle enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, and it can crew it, obviously. Summon Esper Ramu with full art. Super duper looking artwork. Kaoru Hagia. Very nice work. That is a beautiful Ramu. Beautiful. And Zell Dinked. Dinked? Whatever, from Final Fantasy VIII. He's the pugilist, I think. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Zell gets 1/0 for each land you control. At the beginning of your end step, return a land you control to its owner's hand. My weapons are these fists of mine. Right. Right, Zell. Ice Magic Foily. And a pretty island from Final Fantasy X. Burp. Gul'dan. Oh, I sound like Gul'dan. Show cream. Yeah, I sound like Gul'dan. He's old. Oh, wait, I'm old. Never mind. Fat Chocobo. Thick Chocobo. He's thick. Okay. He's pleasingly plump. All right. It says so right here on the card. Sage's Nolus. Weapons Vendor. Haste Magic. Heck Dies. Lunatic Pandora. Adventurer's Airship. Summon Anima. The most disturbing summon in Final Fantasy. Omega, the Heartless Evolution. Tifa's Limit Break. Tifa's such a badass. X-Death, the Void Warlock. Witness what befalls those who stand against me. Did we read this guy before? I could have swore we did. Yeah, Neo X-Death Dimensions End. All memories, dimensions existent, and all that shall be returned to nothing. Xenos Ye Galvis. We got Xenos, boys. My first friend. Okay. Summon Enema? Yes, summon Enema. The most disturbing summon in Final Fantasy. Okay, Xenos Ye Galvis. My first friend. Xenos has really weird ideas of what friends are. When Xenos Ye Galvis enters, choose a creature an opponent controls until end of turn. Creatures other than Xenos Ye Galvis and the chosen creature get -2/-2. When the chosen creature leaves the battlefield, transform him into Shinryu, the transcendent rival. Flying. As this creature transforms into Shinryu, choose an opponent. Burning Chains. When the chosen player loses the game, you win the game. The heavens are too small a field for our dance. Let us transcend in this mortal coil. Bro. We have gotten no mythics thus far. Summon Shiva Foily and Baron Airship Kingdom Foily. The foil quality is surprisingly good. Let me double check to make sure none of these were mythic. Nope. Okay. Just checking. I have been known to skip mythics. You're like, oh yeah, whatever that is. Toss. And our art card is... the Sorceress from Final Fantasy VIII. Nice. And... Cameron, thank you. Chocobo Kick. Dreams of Laguna, Paladin's Arms, Sabo Tender, Cornered by Black Mages, Laughing Mad. Kefka art is just so on point. White Auracite, Goblez, Clad in Darkness. The this guy is the bad guy in Final Fantasy IV. Legendary creature, Human Knight, Sir Conrad the Grim. Interesting. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Goblez deals 1 damage to each opponent. Each player mills a card. Interesting. Magitech Armor. Dark Knight's Greatsword. So you get a Dark Knight if you do that. Valkyrie Aerial Unit. Affinity for Artifacts. Flying. Surveil 2. Okay. And our rare is the Wandering Minstrel from Final Fantasy XIV. Okay. Lands you control enter untapped. The Minstrel's Ballad at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you control 5 or more towns, create a 2/2 elemental creature token that's all colors. Spend an egregious amount of mana. Other creatures you control get XX until end of turn, where X is the number of towns you control. He really likes towns, doesn't he? And Aerith Rescue Mission Foily for the foil pile. Moving on. I don't even really know what the chase card is, because I don't think play boosters really have chase cards. And our art card is a disturbing thing trying to eat frogs. Gotcha. What is this? Kina Ku Gourmet. Okay. Town Greeter, Ice Magic, Dwarven Castle Guard, Thunder Magic, Undercity Dire Rat, Laughing Mad with the awesome Kefka art, Crossroad Village, Graha Tia, our Crystal Kitty, Tonberry, the most dangerous creature ever, Zidane, Tantalus Thief, Sleep Magic, and our rare is Cypher Almacy. Or is it Almacet? Whatever. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. Firecross. Whenever Cypher Almacy deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. And I didn't even know Cypher existed. And our foily is a Sabo Tender with Rabanastra in the back. All right. Third of the way through the box here. Toss that aside here. Yep. Look at that Moogle. Look at that Moogle. It's so cute. City boy. Commune with guy, speak beaver. He does. Ice flan, coral. There's something shiny back there. Call the mountain chocobo. It's very shiny. Kutrub Forayer, Loparit Scout, cute Moon Bunny, Adventurer's Airship, Dark Knight's Great Sword, Valkyrie Aerial Unit, Kina Ku Gourmet, that's the art card we got. I had not seen that before. World only have two things. Things you can eat and things you know can eat. Fair. Our rare is the Leviathan Summon. Return each creature. Oh, here we go again. Return each creature that isn't a kraken, leviathan, merfolk, octopus, or serpent to its owner's hand. Until end of turn, whenever a kraken, leviathan, merfolk, octopus, or serpent attacks, draw a card. Ward 2. Ooh. Not only did we get a rare, but we got a Mythic Terra Magical Adept. Hello. Terra, the main character of Final Fantasy VI, super badass, like magic user. Well, at the beginning, she's not so super badass, but you make her even more super badass. 3-drop, when Terra enters, mill 5 cards, put up to 1 enchantment card milled this way into your hand, and Trance. Spend 6, tap, exile Terra, then return it to the battlefield transformed and under its owner's control, activate only as a sorcery, and she turns into Esper Terra, which is a badass. As this saga enters, and after your draw step, add a lore counter. Create a token that's a copy of target non-legendary enchantment you control. It gains haste, and if it's a saga, put up to 3 lore counters on it. Sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step. And then add 2 white, blue, black, red, and green. Exile Esper Terra, then return it to the battlefield front face up. Damn. And the super shiny in the back is a super shiny, double, triple, quadruple shiny Prompto Argentum. Full art, borderless, super shiny boy. And a swamp. And a hero. Well, he's an uncommon, so he's going in the No, he's a foily. He goes in the foily pile. That one felt a little pringly. Like it's bending a bit already. That is our first mythic of the box, and we are a third of the way through the box. Ouchie. But we did get one of the best mythics in the set. Supposedly, Terra is one of the best that you can possibly get a hold of. So, that's good. Moving into the second third of the box. Pardon me. Cornered by Black Mages. Gubu Gardener. Scorpion Sentinel. Coral. Call the Mountain Chocobo. Adventurers Inn. Ooh, this one's cool. I like this artwork. From Final Fantasy XII, Vayne Carudas Solidor. Taking the place of Fryn the Fangbearer. Legendary creature, human warrior, Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. Two poison counters. And the picture is pretty badass. There's some more shiny in the back. But there's, as far as I know, shiny in every pack. Colosseum Behemoth. Gyat, King of the Dwarves. We got another Gyat, boys. Coral Sword. And our, another Sid. Another Sid Timeless Artificer. That is 3 Sids that are not the same. Very interesting. And our rare is Vaughn, the Street Thief. Sticking out your Gyat for the Rizzler? Exactly. Vaughn, Street Thief from Final Fantasy XII. Whenever 1 or more scouts, pirates, and or rogues you control deal combat damage to a player, Exile the top card of that player's library. You may cast it. If you don't, create a treasure token. Whenever you cast a spell you don't own, put a 1/1 counter on each scout, pirate, and rogue you control. That's pretty nice, actually. We got a foil of the very worried Gale Cat. And a Windhurst. I did not know you could get full art foils in play boosters. Our art card is, aww, look at that Yuna. So cute. Very nice. Very nicely done. Who did this? Who did this cutie? Yuna Hopaspira by Osamu. Okay. Wish that was signed. That's a cute one. Sephiroth's Intervention. Gigantode. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. You Are Not Alone. Blazing Bomb. I am not going to sing the song. Adventurers In. Syncopate. Ride the Shpoof. Ride it. Ride the Shpoof. Ride the Shpoof. Do it. Ride it. All aboards. Self-destruct. Now this is a bomb move. Target creature you control deals X damage to any other target and or X damage to itself, where X is its power. Ha! If I just left you in the lurch, I'd look like a jerk for all of history. Phoenix Down. A feather with the power to revive those who have exhausted their strength. The Emperor of Polymacia. I'm pretty sure we've read this one. But what does she turn into? The Lord Master of Hell. Yeah, we've read that one. And our rare is Bartz and Boko. This is a badass card, actually. Never! Affinity for Birds. When Bartz and Boko enters, each other bird you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. I have dropped this on the board with a crap load of chocobos sitting on the board, and they just kill everything. It's amazing. Call me Bartz. Me and my chocobo just go wherever the trail leads us. Right, Bartz? Right? Shrub for Forayer there, and a Baron Airship Kingdom. We are pretty low still on mythics. What is going on here? What's going on here, Wizards? Where are my mythics? Or are you going to give me some crazy full art chocobo things? I'll take those. Q-Trub for Air, Commune with Beavers, Ice Flan, Summon Chocomog, Item Shopkeep, Syncopate, Vincent's Limit Break, Poison the Waters, a classic time in Final Fantasy VI. Ooh, and just I just love/hate this flavor text. Nothing beats the sweet music of hundreds of voices screaming in unison. Kefka, you were different. Swallowed by the Leviathan. Judge Magister Gabranth. The opera love song, the classic, two classic scenes from Final Fantasy. This was something. And another Go-Go Master of Mimicry. Our second mythic. And Queen Braun Foily and a Wastes. Burp. Alrighty. Well, we got a repeat on the Go-Go, but that's not necessarily a bad card to get a repeat on. So there could be worse repeats. Alrighty, and our art card is a signed Cloud Strife. Very nice. Fight on. The Greens. The Damper. The Gale Cat. The Girlfriend Ifrit. Vincent's Limit Break. Oh, hello. Shinato's Coercion. Oh no. Isn't that little dwarf mage that's adorable? Oh god. And it's taking over the card called Diabolic Intent. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, and then shuffle. Look at that artwork. Look at that adorable little dwarf about to totally end you with demon magic. Realm sketching. So Realm is what they made the painter off of. She's from Final Fantasy VI. She was like one of the cooler characters you got near the end. In her pictures, she captures everything: forests, water, light, the very essence of the things she paints. Reach the horizon. Guess this is goodbye, City of Mako. Reno and Rude. These two boys. So two of the strangest, yet somewhat effective agents of Shinra. When is there ever not a dwarf out there about to end us? That's true. That's true. Boys, we got Aerith. Nice. Aerith Gainsborough. Lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Aerith Gainsborough. When Aerith Gainsborough dies, when she dies. Foretelling. Put X 1/1 counters on each legendary creature you control, where X is the number of 1/1 counters on Aerith Gainsborough. So they know, even during your game, that Aerith is gonna die. Isn't that kind of messed up? Ooh, double rare pack, boys. Sarah Farron. A cutie from Final Fantasy 13, but yeah. The first legendary creature spell you cast, each turn costs 2 less to cast. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 2 or more other legendary creatures, you may transform Sarah Farron. Our own private heaven. Crystallized Sarah. Aww. Wah, wah, wah. The first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. Legendary creatures you control get 2/2. L'Cie who fulfill their focus for the Fal'Cie Master are transformed into crystal and granted life eternal. Well, yeah, they definitely have eternal life. They're not living anymore. That's messed up. A Zach Fairfoily and a Nation of Scholars. And our art card is another Shadow. Shadow and the goodest boy ever of good boys. Marlborough, Bard's Bow, Rook Turret, Aerith Rescue Mission, Light of Judgment, Iron Giant, World Map, Realm Sketching, Reach the Horizon, Reno and Rude. Wow, these... Didn't we get these in the last pack or the pack before? Oh, we got the full art. Summon that thick chocobo. Pleasingly plump, gentlemen. Pleasingly plump. Summon that fat chocobo. And it is a common. But we got the full art. Full Monty. Clive's Hideaway. Okay. So we got the full art fat chocobo. Then we got the foily fat chocobo. Something wants me to play fat chocobo, doesn't it? Wizards, are you trying to say something? You trying to say something, Wizards? How'd you know I was going to get this box? How do you know that I absolutely love our pleasantly plump friend. Ahriman, Balam T-Rexar, Dragoon's Wyvern, Cloudbound? Yeah, Cloudbound Moogle. Suplex that train, boys. Iron Giant, World Map, Delivery Moogle. Adorable. Look at that adorable guy. He's got letters for you, Koopa. The Poo Poo UFO, very stinky. The Black Waltz number 3 as opposed to number 2. And Jidor, the aristocratic capital. The third installment of the rare land cycle here. Target opponent, pay 6, target opponent mills half their library rounded down. Ow. Okay. That's not bad, but Jador my soul. Jador. Jador my soul. Ooh, double rare pack. Louiso's Sacrifice. Sorry, Grandpa. You were a good grandpa. You sacrificed yourself. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a legendary creature or pay 2. That doesn't seem even. But okay, counter target activated ability, triggered ability, or non-creature spell. Thank you for everything. Pray take your rest, grandfather. You deserve it. Alice. The cuter of the twins. Cornered by Black Mage's Foiling. And a Gungaga. Goongaga. And just take a moment to look at this hero card. And look at that pretty bunny. She reminds me of my bunny in Final Fantasy. Kind of similar hairdo, but mine isn't at, it's not all, like, 60s fray, you know. Itchy. Please stand by. Okay. J'adore my soul. Pack. Yeah, thank you. Some of these are hard to open. Sephiroth's Intervention. The Gigantoad. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum with a really, really cool looking picture right there. It almost reminds me of, what do you call it? Avatar art. By the way, I hear Avatar is coming to Magic the Gathering. You're Not Alone, Blazing Bomb, Fight On. They're taking on as many they're starting to take on as many things as freaking Wise Shores. Hill Gigas. The Imperial City of Arcades. Wall of Omens. Okay, Defender. When this creature enters, draw a card. Look at these beautiful freaking pictures. Isamu. Kami Kokuryu. Kokuryu. Kami Kokuryu. Yeah. Damn, dude. That is one hell of a background picture. That's amazing. Poster. Fire Magic. I have been burned by this card many times. I am not a fan, but the black mage on it is very cute. Snow Villiers, power equal to the number of creatures you control. Okay. Rydia, Summoner of Mist. I was hoping I'd get Rydia. Look at that pretty girl. She's, so at the beginning of Final Fantasy IV, you and Kain are, you as Cecil and Kain are supposed to attack a village, right? You don't know that you're really hurting anyone because you just like kind of wander over there and something procs when you walk into the village and the village is full of summoners. And you had just killed a mist dragon before you got there. You killed this girl's mom. You turned her into an orphan before you got to the village, which you then set on fire. Bastards. Anyway, Rydia, Summoner of Mist. She's only a 2-drop. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Summon. Spend X, return target saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn, activate only as a sorcery. See, I love that you only get Espers for a turn. So with a finality counter, I think it has haste. I could be wrong about that, but that's very interesting. And our rare is Matoya, the Archon Elder. We got Master Matoya. Whenever you scry or surveil, draw a card. Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. And our foilie is Side Quest Play Blitzball. The oldest gilf. Yeah. And we got Charlayan. Yes, the Nation of Scholars foilie. More foilies. All the foilies. So many foilies, Magic, but they're not really all that special anymore, are they? Money printer go burr, huh, guys? All right. Namazu Trader, Airship Crash, Retrieve the Esper, Fate of the Suncrist, Red Mage's Rapier, Hill Gigas, Monk's Fist, camera. Hello? Are you okay? Are you gonna be okay, camera? Okay, there we go. Okay. Then Fire Magic, Snowvilliers, another Guys, do you want to sort your cards a little bit more? This is the exact thing that we got in the last pack. You want to pay just a little bit more attention to that QC? Just a little bit, guys. Vanille, Cheerful to See. Now I think this is the other one that turns, isn't it? Oh, okay, so we got the full art version of this one. This is just the regular version. Okay. Oh, we got Noctis. All right. Oh, this is the regular Noctis. We got the alternate art Noctis. Okay. Many sacrificed all for the king, so must the king sacrifice himself for all. Seems sus. You may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to paying... Yeah. We got this guy before. I think we just got the full art of him, though. Nice pull. Reno and Rude, foily. Like it. And that cool planes from Final Fantasy 15. That is such a cool piece of artwork. It's bringing me back to when I, like, really enjoyed the... seeing the art of Magic. This is, like, seeing stuff from Amano and just other people collabing with Magic. That's so great, And our art card is... Sweet. We got another Chocobo one. It's too bad this one isn't signed. Where's my signed one? 2 of those bad boys. Yeah, might share. Might share that. Greens, Magic Damper, Gale Cat, Summon Girlfriend Ifrit, Ahriman, Grand Pulse Ochu, Sagahin. Bro, we got the Warrior of Light. Jodah the Unifier is the replacement. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful Amano art from Final Fantasy 1. Legendary creature, human wizard. Legendary creatures you control get XX, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. Whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a legendary non-land card with lesser mana value. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Beautiful card. All right. The Prima Vista. Rydia's Return. the Gold Saucer. And our rare is Joshua Phoenix's Dominant from Final Fantasy 16. This is the... So at the very beginning of Final Fantasy 16, you lose your brother, who you assume he's dead, but yeah, he comes back. Comes back later. Spoilers. But when Joshua enters, discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards. Exile Joshua, then return to the battlefield, transform under its under control, activate only as a sorcery, and he turns into the Phoenix, Warden of Fire. Rising Flames, Phoenix deals 2 damage to each opponent, and Flames of Rebirth. Return any number of target creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile Phoenix, then return it to the battlefield. Front face up. He seems like shenanigans. Still only 2 mythics in the box so far. Precious Wanderings as our foily with a Guado Salam. Last pack of the second stack here. Will we get some ridiculous shenanigans or just plain awesome stuff? Black Mage's Rod, Giggity. Precious Wanderings. Kikirin Merchant, Slash of Light, Mysidian Elder, Grand Pulse Ochu, Words Are Hard, Sagahin, Eject, or Aerith, Summon Esper Ramu, Zac Fair, Clash of the Icons, and our rare is the Water Crystal. I think we've gotten 3 separate crystals so far. Blue spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. If an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many cards plus 4 instead. Each opponent mills cards equal to the number of cards in your hand for a 6-drop. Crystal of Water, may you regain your light. Oh, from Final Fantasy 3. Double rare pack, foily rare, Ninja's Blades. Equipped creature gets 1/1 as a ninja in addition to its other types, and has whenever this creature deals combat to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. That player loses life equal to the discarded card's mana value. You can't complain with double rares. Here. Okay, last stack, last 10 packs of the box, people. We are almost there. Burp. Black Mage's Rod, Giggity. Airship Crash. Retrieve the Esper. Fate of the Suncrest. Mysidian Elder. Magic Pot. White Auracite. Sorceress's Schemes. Sleep Magic. The Cactar. Side Quest, Hunt the Mark. And our rare is Balthier and Fran. The Badass Duo. Final Fantasy 12. Reach. Vehicles you control get 1/1 and have Vigilance and Reach. And whenever a vehicle crewed by Balthier and Fran this turn attacks, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, you may pay 3. If you do, after this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Not bad. Double attacks. Cloud of Darkness Foily, and a Trino Dark City. Pardon my arms. Alrighty, here we go. What will we get? What is our art card? Oh, another lock. Did they only make like 8 cards? Interesting. We're getting a lot of art repeats too. Thunder Magic, Resentful Revelation, Blitzball Shot, Combat Tutorial, Paladin's Arms, Lunatic Pandora, White Auracite. You can almost save the world, right? A Sandworm. Are we playing Dune? Primal Garuda. Diamond Weapon. Ah, bro, from Final Fantasy VII. One less to cast for each permanent card in your graveyard. Whoa, really? Immune, prevent all damage that... Dude, this thing is ridiculous. And it's an uncommon? I'm getting ideas. Oh, we got another different Sid. At least all the Sids are different. That is the 4th or 5th different Sid that we've gotten. And we got for our rare, Minwu the White Mage. Vigilance and lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on each cleric you control. That is broken. I shall remain here and devote myself to the care of the wounded. And a Magitech infantry foiling. And an island. Okay, we are coming up on near the end of the box here, and we only have 2 mythics. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss any. Better be coming up here soon. Heck dies. Oh, let me move some common. Heck dies. Fat Chocobo. No. Thick Chocobo. No, Sages, Noliths, Weapons Vendor, Haste Magic, Lunatic Pandora, Crossroads Village, Garnet, Princess of Alexandria, Relentless ATM, you know, it's going to hold on to your money no matter what you do. Samurai's Katana, Side Quest Catch a Fish, and here's a mythic, Ancient Adamantoise. 820 for 8. Vigilance and Ward 3. Damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup steps. All damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead. Big ol' shield. When this creature dies, exile it and create 10 tapped treasure tokens. Holy balls. Damn. Dragoon's Wyvern Foily. And Gone, Town of Ruin. A few more packs left to go here. Will we pull super fantastic things? Or will we just pull normal things? Because, you know, magic box. Sabo Tender. Undercity Dire Rat. Chocobo Kick. Dreams of Laguna. Magitech Infantry, Crossroads Village, and another Kefka's Tower. Beautiful Amano artwork. Well, we got 2 of those now. Very nice. Ether restores 20 MP. The Final Days. Create 2/2/2 black horror creature tokens if the spell was cast from a graveyard. Instead, create X of those tokens, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Okay. That's fair. Final Fantasy, what is that? 14? Okay. Choco Comet. The other colorations of Chocobo tend to be quite violent, giving rise to the saying, yellow best for riding, aught else best be hiding. Nice. Oh, a full art, full bounty of Summon Girlfriend Ifrit. Look at that boy. Not bad for a human, right? Our rare is Memories Returning. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, then choose an opponent. They put one on the bottom. Oh, yeah. Okay. But put one on the bottom of the library, then you put one into your hand, then they put one on the bottom of the library and the other into your hand. Shenanigans. Ooh. Full art, full Monty, full everything. Xenarcan Ancient Metropolis. Look at this foily. And I think this is the last of the I think we got all the land cycles. Create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on it for each land you control. That's a damn good one. That is a pretty card. That is a very pretty card. And a pretty forest from Final Fantasy 11. And a potato. All right. Elemental. Okay. Reinforcements, Town Greeter, Ice Magic, Dwarven Castle Guard, Thunder Magic, Laughing Mad with the amazing Kefka art, Adventurer's Airship, more Ether. I think they're trying to say something. The Final Days, Choco Comet, just like the last time. Summon Brunhilder. Exile the top card of your library during any turn. You may put a lore counter on this saga. You may play that card. Gestalt mode. Gestalt. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, it gains haste until end of turn. In a Name in Blood, a Pact of Flame. Oh, holy shit. Boys. Ladies. I think we pulled the most expensive play booster card that you can get. Almost the most expensive play booster card that you can get. Vivi is the one of the most expensive playable cards of Final Fantasy. And we got the full art version. Non-foil. Non-foil. I don't even know what this is worth. But it's the alternate full art version. Oh boy. For Mythic number 4, that is amazing. Just pulling a VV in general is great. Airship Crash, full foil, or just foily there. And another Insomnia. And a pretty bunny. Boys, I think we pulled a damn good card right there. I could be completely wrong, but Vivi is OP, and we got a cool version of Vivi. Our art card is... Yep, the Machinist's thing again. I don't think they sorted through these cards very well. Like, they sorted through the mythics and the rares, but like the commons, uncommons, and the art cards, I think they've been having issues. Warrior Sword, Cornered by Black Mages, Goo Gardener, Scorpion Sentinel, Coral, Adventurer's Airship, Laughing Mad, Restoration Magic, Titus Blitzball Star, Phantom Train, don't forget to suplex it, Ring of the Lucy, and our art is Luiso's Sacrifice. And our foilie is Evil Reawakened. And we got a foilie Reactor Town. Look at that. So nice pulls. This is probably one of the more balanced and pleasing, with the exception of like their sorting errors, one of the more balanced and pleasing boxes, with a variety of rares and everything too. I mean, you're gonna expect to get like 2 or 3 of the same rare in a box, just because sorting is like that. And if they're sorting their commons and uncommons pretty crap, you can be guaranteed that you're going to get 3 of some rares in a box. Resentful Revelation, made a black mage deck. Ooh. Blitzball Shot, Combat Tutorial, Paladin Arms, Sabo Tender, Blitzball. Yeah, I finally got a Blitzball. Aw, cute. Memories of Nibelheim. Nibelheim? The card for Stroke of Midnight. Beautiful, beautiful artwork on these cards. Instant, destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 1/1 white human creature token. Pretty. Absolutely pretty. Made a black mage deck, but you rarely pull the black mages. Of course. You know, the deck's not going to do what you tell it to. Oh, I haven't seen this guy. Adalbert Steiner. Oh, yeah, from Final Fantasy IX. I never played through Final Fantasy IX, but I recognize a lot of the characters and memes. So, chivalry requires a knight to look after his comrades in arms. I will not abandon you. Cargo ship. Flying in vigilance. Okay, this spends mana. Okay, that's nice. Gaius Van Belsar. Such devastation. we just need to put him and the Asian together. It's like halfway through that dungeon, you're just sitting there like, Keth. When Gaius Van Belsar enters, choose one. Each player sacrifices a creature token of their choice, sacrifices a non-creature token of their choice, or sacrifices an enchantment of their choice. Interesting. Ultimita Time Sorceress. Yep, we already got her. Ultimacia. Sorry. Oh, look at that, boys. We got Vincent Valentine. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a number of 1/1 counters on Vincent Valentine equal to that creature's power. Whenever Vincent Valentine's attacks, you may transform it into the Gallian Beast. Trample and lifelink. When Gallian Beast dies, return to the battlefield tapped, front face up. This body is the punishment that's been given to me. Poor Vincent. Like we got everybody. We got a Blitzball. Foily. Probably to make up for all the other Blitzballs we didn't get. 3 packs left, guys. 3 packs left. Will we get a 5th mythic rare? Or will we get some more goodies? Some more nostalgic goodies. This has been, quite frankly, one of the nicest things to open from Magic the Gathering. It doesn't have... And not only is it nostalgic, obviously, and you recognize the things you're opening, but it doesn't have the normal feel of a Magic the Gathering product. It feels like you're just dipped into Final Fantasy and Magic just happens to be on the cards. That kind of a thing. Call the Mountain Chocobo. Shrub for Air. Commune with Beavers. Guy Speak Beaver. Ice Flan. Choco Mog. Item Shopkeep. Vane's Treachery. Battle at the Big Bridge. We already got this one. But Amano. Bro. His art. Just chef's kiss. They could make one set for every Final Fantasy and milk it forever. They freaking could. They absolutely could, especially once you get to Final Fantasy IV. That's when the stories like really pick up. 3 was a beautiful epic story. I haven't finished it yet, but just I think I'm like halfway through, and they could do so much with it. And then Final Fantasy IV is just full of all kinds of recognizable stuff. Final Fantasy V, one of the better like job-like games. And then Final Fantasy VI was just, it was exactly what Final Fantasy was supposed to be. One of the best stories, some of the best characters, all of it rolled into one. Final Fantasy VII just kept building up from there. Final Fantasy VIII, okay, it was a little strange and not everybody's favorite, but very interesting. nonetheless, and it had like a card game in the game. And then you had Final Fantasy 9, which I did not really watch or play, so I can't really comment on it too much. But people who grew up with Final Fantasy grew up with either 6, 7, or 9. 8, they kind of went meh, but 6, 7, or 9 are 3 of the most nostalgic Final Fantasies ever made. So, yeah. And then some people grew up with 10, and I don't think they would really care about growing up with 12. 12 was literally just Star Wars. 13 was drawn out way too long. And 15 was interesting. Very, very interesting. And 16 is a movie. It's not a game. It's a movie. It's a movie. You play stuff in between. Albert, cargo ship, Gaius again. Bro, we finally got a jumbo cactar. I was nervous. I wanted one of these guys. 10,000 needles. So he's a 7-drop. It's not like it's easy to drop him out there. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets 9999 plus 0 until end of turn. Some people were like, is this overpowered? Like, no, not really. Unless it has trample. Give it trample, then it's overpowered. That's why it's a rare, not a mythic. Nice. We got it, boys. Oh, my lord. Would you look at that? An Emmett Selk foily. We got a 5th mythic, and it's a mythic foil. And one of the better mythics. Bro. This box. Rabanastre. And a potato. Sorry. The opponent would probably shit their pants whenever it comes out. Right? It's like, yeah, you're going to lose the game next turn unless you put literally anything on the board in front of it. One more pack after this to go. And what's our art card? It's Sin again. You guys did not mix up these art cards very well, did you? Tisk. This is very enjoyable though. So if you ever get a chance to open one of these play boosters, I hope you have just as interesting and nice of an experience as this, because this has been very fun. Dire Rat, Chocobo Kick, Infantry, Dreams of Laguna, Warrior's Sword, Loporit Scout, Loporit, that's what it is. The cute bunny, the cute moon bunny. Vane's Treachery, Shinato Tactician Magician. Look at this cutie pie. That will instantly set you on fire if you look at her wrong. Dragoon's Lance. We got another Ultros. Nice. I wish there was a full art version of him. Oh, Ultros. We love you so much. Side quest play Blitzball. Nice. Hey, we got Edgar, King of Figaro. The guy who's constantly hitting on everyone in the game and does no game whatsoever. When Edgar enters, draw a card for each artifact you control. Final Fantasy VI, by the way. Two-headed coin. Yeah, he has a two-headed coin and he gambles with people and doesn't tell them that it's a two-headed coin. Yeah. The first time you flip one or more coins each turn, these coins come up heads and you win those flips. Sabin, let's settle this with a toss of a coin. I feel so bad for his brother. Scorpion Sentinel Foily, and an island. We are on, unfortunately, because it has just been so much fun to open these, we are on the last pack. Let's see what it gives us, boys. Will it close with fantastical fanfare or meh? Because honestly, none of these packs have been disappointing. They've been weird, but they haven't been disappointing. Marlboro. I think I have like 12 of these now, 13 of these now. Bard's Bow, Rook turrets, shit tons of Aerith rescue missions, Lights of Judgment. You know, these cute little bunny scouts. Now I'm getting all kinds of blitz balls. Ride the Shoopoof. Rides the Shoopoof? All aboards. All aboards. Sorry. Self-destruct. Phoenix down. Crystal fragments. And the full art of Firion Wild Rose Warrior. Equip creatures you control have haste. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it, except this equipment's equip abilities cost 2 less to activate. Nice. And we got okay, so we didn't there isn't a full art apparently, but we got a foil Ultros. That's the icing on the cake, boys. That is fucking amazing. These boxes knew who I was. Let's put it that way. That is a great end and a foily plane, which is nice. You want to focus on that camera? Whoa, camera does not like foilies. Yeah, but a foil Ultros at the end. Chef's kiss. Okay. I get it. This was very cool. This was very fun. We got, quite honestly, some of the best cards in the set. A foil Emmett Selk, an alternate art, full art Vivi, a Go-Go, and a Terra, plus we got the giant defense turtle. We got beautiful Amano artwork and other collaborator artwork. Beautiful guest cards. Just beautiful. Absolutely enjoyable. Absolutely fun to open. I don't think I've had this much fun opening up a Magic set in a long time.